list fairly traditional, what you'd expect to see. As we're saying with Ivankov, is pretty much you're milling through your deck to search everything out as quickly as possible and utilise that. So we'll see what happens with this.
I'll be interested to see as well what kind of top end this Emporio Ivankov deck runs. Obviously, you can run the 7 cost, which we saw against 4-day Flamingo earlier on in round 2 on play. You can keep your board pressure up as well and set up a possibility of a double attack swing for the next turn as well. But are there some lists out there, or have there been some lists out there that have played, for example, the 9-cost Dracula Mihawk to try and keep up with the board pressure, with the amount of resources that you're using out from your hands?
I think this particular deck does take advantage of the 7-drop Monkey D. Luffy, which has double strike in it. We've got Dracula Mihawk in there as well from set 1. So, and the Ivankov from set 2 as well.
Yeah.
So,
and we saw that Ivankov being able to bring out a vanilla crocodile from set 2 as well in round 2. As here we are underway, it is Tino at the bottom of your screen playing Emporio Ivankov that's kicking things off with a buggy, which is essentially the blue version of this deck's version of an army.
Yeah, impel down search. So look at the top 5 cards of your deck, go looking for those, and
It looks like grabbing off the top there a Mr. 3, a Galdino, which is a blocker, which will be helpful for any deck, let alone a blue deck like this one, which is going to thin through resources in your hand very, very quickly. It also has end of your turn, trash 1 card from a hand, set this card as active, as now it's Zoro's turn to go searching with Nami.
Yeah.
So grabbing themselves a Nico Robin off the top there, and they're going to go and do it again as well as Retro Z. You'll notice the record 2-1 for both of these players at the moment, so still not quite out of the range at the moment to make top 16 for tomorrow's event, or for the event tomorrow. But still a little bit of an uphill climb to watch, but we're seeing some unique decks. That's what we want to say.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to do for you guys here today, is trying to bring different decks to the table so everyone out there can get a flavour of what people are playing here at the UK Games Expo.
I know that one of the judges, as we were passing, just getting ourselves ready to come back live for round 4, was disappointed that there's a Sanji deck that's running around, but lost, unfortunately, in the last round. So we're bringing you the Ivankov here, and it's currently looking for the top 5 cards of its deck again, this time with the blocker Dave Flamingo, the typical one from OP01, and ordering cards up into the positions that Tino is going to want to see them in next. Pass the turn over away to Retro Z at the top of the screen. Double Nami on board. We saw that it was Zoro being searched for off of the second Nami.
Yeah.
So we expect that one might be coming down here.
Yeah. Nami, obviously, once you've used it, it's not much use on your board, but with the introduction of Makino in, as you can see, being played now.
Perfectly spoken there. Into existence.
Yeah. Bumps up your Nami's attack by 3,000 and gives you nice, easy ability to swing as well. So those cheap, nice little cards, pumping it up. You got your 3-cost Zoro Rush there, as you can see as well. You know, giving that Zoro deck, especially with this buff that it gives to its attacks, the juice it needs to swing in and start making some big hits.
Interestingly, though, Retro Z electing not to put the extra Don underneath it, wanted to favour the Makino to swing, I suppose, a 3rd time with Nami. Makino now going down after Buggy goes and swings into it, but I just wonder perhaps whether there would have been a better option to just buff up by 1 with the Zoro there, and then if the follow-up play was the character Zoro, to then swing in for 6 and commit some more cards out of the hand from Tino's perspective.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a misplay, I would say, well spotted there, but again, you would have expected that because there was a lot of Don open there, but
it's a difficult balance, I suppose, right? Because Emporio Ivankov thrives, as we said earlier, it thrives off of having fewer cards in your hand, as few cards in your hand as possible. That's why you saw when Retro was attacking in his prior term, so many counters happily just being dished away, because you want to get so few cards in your hands that you can take advantage of things like the leader effect, New Karma Land, the set 2 Bonnie, the set 2 Day Flamingo. So a lot of different options, a lot of different things that Retro Z is going to have to keep into the back of his mind as he plays this one out. Kelly Dadan being played here to search out for a 1-cost red card.
Yep, there's a Megara there.
And now swinging in with Nami into Buggy. That's perfectly fine, not really going to be doing too much now after having attacked and cleared away the earlier Makino from the turn prior. 2k counter away as well from the red Zoro swing and the character Zoro swing. Or it might have been the Nami perhaps to counter away. Here comes a second character Zoro nonetheless, however. And that one is going to be blocked potentially with a Doflamingo. He does have the alt-art Boa Hancock there as well from set 1 to gain some card advantage. But no, just happy to get away with the block of Doflamingo.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, block, why not? That's what you want to do. Just keep things at bay. Only taken 1 life so far. The Zoros, yeah, things to worry about. But I think Ivankov's got enough to...
Zoro's building up ball pressure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I mean, the slight help for Tino here is that Boa Hancock effect is also triggering when attacking. So we are now going to see it. There you go. When attacking, declaring an attack. I think that was into one of the Zoros, and that's gone through at 7k with the 2 Don underneath. I think I saw that there was a 7-drop Ivankov in hand at the bottom of the screen for Tino.
Yep.
It might be 2 or 3 cards in hand as well.
I've seen the alt-art Mihawk in there as well.
Yeah. There's definitely Inazuma and the Ivankov. Inazuma's going to be the play after the leader Ivankov takes out a second Nami, the one that was left over still from the turns prior. And we passed all the way over to Retro Z. Still 3 cards in hand at the moment, though, for Tino. So that extra 2k power isn't going to be in effect for the Inazuma. But I suppose at this point, it just kind of just stems things a little bit, gives a little bit of a door stopper for all these attacks that are going to continue to go through as Zoro likes to try and force through.
Yeah.
So one more, here comes the Don underneath the leader Zoro, which is a pretty typical thing that you want your leader to do, or almost have it kind of double sticky tape sided stuck underneath the leader Zoro there.
Pretty much.
Here comes a 5k swing into the Boa Hancock, and that's going to go down, because remember that leader effect from Roro Zoro goes every character an extra plus 1000 boost, so that made the Danan 4k, 1 Don extra is that easy 5k. Character swing for life will take 3 to 4 in the count at the moment of life between both Retro Z and Tino. And 1 more Don to commit to the leader, and it will be a 7k swing that will push through as well. What's the follow-up here if there is one? 5 Don left active. Pay 3, 4, pay them all. And it's going to be Russia starter deck Luffy. Might as well push the advantage while you have it on board. The attack is going to be taken as well by Tino, and all of a sudden Zoro really starting to get the pedals going and move that bike forward to what could potentially be a 3-1 record for Retro Z.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at Retro Z's hand is 6 cards in hand, quite a few counters in there as well. So a couple of 2k counters I can definitely see. So
yes.
And still on full 4 life. Well, just 4 life. Yeah. 4 life to go. So next turn's looking very promising for the Zoro player here. I'd be worried if I was Tino here.
Well, we'll see what the follow-up comes to be. It is going to be the Ivankov, the 7-drop Ivankov. So this, if there is a Impel down card in hand, which there is for Tino, that will be able to pop that one off and get that one on board for free. So that's a little bit better. It's a little bit more stable. But
a couple of blockers in play now.
But you've got to remember is that effect of that standard deck Monkey D. Luffy, if 2 Don gets slid underneath that, doesn't matter how many Inazumas you're going to have on the board, that's going to fly way straight over and try and press for life. And that's exactly what Retro Z is going to do here. This is going to be 9k unblockable, which is going to have to go through. 2 Dons still open, however, for Tino, possibly signalling maybe a Love Beam. Maybe even, you've got to remember in set 2, a personal favourite event card of mine, Gun Rain, 0 cost event. Just trash a card from your hand, plus 3k to a character or leader in counter form.
I think this is...
Well, there's the Mellow.
Yep.
Can't draw any cards off of the effect, however. It has to be 3 or less to gain an extra card when it's cast. But still has the leader Zoro to swing into. Is there another perhaps Rush Zoro in hand to try and push on for game? This is now just 7k.
Yep.
And that's going to be double 2K countered away. So that should signal something in the mind of Tino. The fact that it's utilising 2K counters as opposed to 1Ks. And I think it's just 2 or 3 cards left in hand now for Tino as well. He'd probably be begging now for that Love Love Mellow to be back in his hand.
Absolutely.
4 Don open it. It's just going to be go. It's just going to say go.
Yeah.
No extra Rush Zoro to come in and try and poke the last piercing damage blow away.
Unless Tino can deal with that Luffy, that's a unblockable attack next turn. So
we'd have to imagine that is, like you say, priority number 1 and the big target for the character of Ivankov there, with a 7K already naturally on board. Not too much Don, you're going to have to commit to being able to try and push that up to a
Once again, One Piece players, there is a lunch break at the end of this round until 1:45 p.m.
Looking for the top 5.
That is a lunch break at the end of this round.
Yet another Impel down. I see Vanilla Crocodile. I see an Inazuma again, so that's going to be the target.
Yep.
That's understandable. But the thing that's worrying me here at the moment, Taj, is that yes, you could swing in with that Ivankov. Yes, you could put a bit of Don under it. But the amount of Don open to Retro Z side of the field is screaming and signaling to me that he's got something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, well, that'll deal with it. That'll deal with it quite handily. 9-drop Dracula Mihawk, the gorgeous Altat sitting high up on the throne, is going to bottom deck that Luffy. And now the things are starting to change. The cogs are starting to turn here. Like Ivankov targeting towards the Rush Zoro. It is going to burn a Red Hawk from hand and get rid of the lone target, which is the buggy. Red Hawk only going to be able to KO a 3 cost or less, and turn past back over now to Retro Z.
Yeah, swung around there quite quickly. Did what we'd expect. Got rid of the Luffy. At the same time, got rid of a Zoro as well, and some other threats on board. Good turn there for Ivankov, but with no life left. It's going to take 1 hit to come through. If Retros can find another Monkey D. Luffy, this could be all over. But
well, load it up because a jet pistol fires off. That deals with one of the blockers.
Yep.
What's the follow-up? Is there another rusher perhaps to try and put a little bit of pressure on? That'll be a second jet pistol. Wow, speed reloads from Retro Z, firing off the pistols happily.
Okay.
6K swing, counted away.
And
extend
it's
hand.
Yep.
There you go. Just too much gas in the tank for Zoro and Retro.